Hello guys, my name is Pablo, and in this video I will show you how to set up MedusaJS legacy POS application on your local machine. So as a first step, I'll create a fresh Medusa server. I have my commands prepared, so I'll run server to set up server command. So once my server is set up, it will prompt me to create the user, and I'm going to complete this step. So when that is done, I'm going to go to my products and I'll create a test collection. And I'll add some products to this collection. Once that's completed, I'll come back to my GitHub repo and I will navigate to a Medusa/API branch. And there are files that needs to go to your Medusa server in order for your POS application to communicate with the server. So I'm gonna download it as a zip. I'm gonna stop the server and I'm gonna navigate to my source folder, API, and store. And I would need to place these files and specifically folder terminal inside of my API store folder. So your store should now have two folders: custom, that's comes by default with your Medusa server, and terminal folder. And there will be our custom routes. So once that is done, I'm gonna go ahead and install official Stripe plugin from Medusa. I'll navigate to my Medusa directory and I'll install the Medusa plugin by following official documentation. And I'll complete necessary configuration steps. So I'll add my plugin in Medusa config. I'll save that and I will configure my env variables. So you can go to these to the Medusa/API branch and you can just copy env variables here. So important note, since our POS application is going to run by default on localhost 3000, we need to include it in your store course configuration and admin course configurations as well. So I'm going to do that, and it will also need your Stripe API key. I have my Stripe key prepared. So I'm going to copy this key and paste it here and save. So once that is complete, we are ready to run our Medusa server. I'll do so by running npm run start. And I will create another terminal to set up my POS application repo itself. So you can navigate to the legacy branch, it's going to be POS/legacy. That's where the code for our legacy POS application lives. And I'm going to copy this repo by running git clone -b POS/legacy, and it will copy this specific branch to my local machine. And I'll navigate to this folder, and I have to complete some env setup. So we would need our base Medusa URL, and right now it's running on localhost 9000, so I leave the default value. If your Medusa server runs on another port, you will have to change that. And we will need our store region ID. However, we can run the application and then retrieve it later. That's fine. We once you log in POS application, we have a console log that will show you your region IDs available in your store. Once I'm done setting up my env variables, I'll need to rename this from .env.template to .env, and I'll run POS application in development mode. I'll do so by running npm run dev. And give it a minute to compile. And once your app is compiled, you would be able to browse your products. However, it will eventually throw you in an authentication route and login route. So I'll go ahead and I'll use my credentials with which I set up my backend here. And once I completed my login, I can go to my developer tools and I can inspect console. And here in console, you will see the array with regions. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab that value here. And I am going to paste it right here. And I'm going to save that env file. And now I'm actually going to build this project. So I'm going to run npm run build. Once the build is complete, I'm going to run npm run start. That will expose our application on localhost 3000. And we can browse our products. We can add them to the cart. And we can check out. So here we have some test fields.
Okay.
I'll select this. And it will say that my terminal is not connected once I decide to proceed to checkout. So I'll click on that gear button here and I'll click connect terminal. And by default, we set it in the simulator mode. So if you don't own a physical device like this yet, you can connect your simulated device. And as you can see, terminal connection, and it will prompt you to ask customer to pay for the order, and it will complete the transactions. You will see that I have the order here completed. and it reflects in the Stripe dashboard as well. So in case if you do own one of the devices like this and you have set it up, you will need to change the terminal configuration to run in the live mode. And you can do so by going into your Medusa POS application source, terminal.js. And if you go to line 35, it says simulated true. So I'm just going to comment out this line, and I'll stop the my POS application server from running, and I'm going to rebuild it. And I'm going to run npm run start. So that will restart my server. So if I go in here again and I'll attempt to connect my terminal, you will see that I have my actual reader displayed here. So it will make a request to the Stripe server where my reader is connected, and I can now connect to this reader. Once it's done, I'm just gonna do like a test order. I'm gonna select Medusa hoodie, add it to cart. Select my shipping and proceed to payment. So the terminal, it will ask me to complete the payment, and I do have my testing card, so I'll pay for it, and we'll send the request back to this Medusa server, and it says everything's good. And if we go into our admin dashboard, orders, we will see that another transaction and the order came through. So please note that this is not intended for production use. We are building a production version of this POS application in the develop branch. So if you wish to participate, check it out. But this was for the purpose to explore how Medusa API routes work and how we can complete the flow of placing orders on behalf of the customer right in our retail location and complete the charge with Stripe POS device. I hope that was helpful. Thank you, and see you next time.